you are connecting the server, how the data is transferring, and what are the devices, network related devices, what are the configuration files. Okay, fine. Today we will see NFS. I will tell you later. So these things we will see now. Okay, these three. We will try to cover third thing also. So initially I wrote a note in the line X. There is no recycle bin. Okay, what is the use of the recycle bin, guys? Normally, if you lost something in Windows operating system, then there is a bin called recycle bin. So there you can recover your data. So there will be a retention policy. So recycle bin maintains the data until 30 days or 60 days. Okay, by default 30 days. After that, automatically your data will be deleting in the recycle as bin. But in the line X, there is no recycle bin. So unless you have the backup file, you cannot recover your data. The moment if you delete the file, that's it. It will be gone. Okay. So now how to take the backup? How to take the backup and restore as well. Okay. The major as a system administrator, you should make a habit of if you are editing, if you are modifying any data in the files, definitely you should take a backup file before editing. Then you can go and modify the things based on the request. That is a very big advantage. Okay. So if you taking the backup of a file, okay, in case in future if something went wrong with your changes, then if you have the backup file means easily you can restore it. That's it. Taking backup nothing sense. It's a replica. Okay, replica of your data. If you can go and create a file, so command you can use the CPU only to take the backup. Okay, if it is a one file, let's assume if you have a 100 files, then will you go and execute 100 times this CP command? Obviously, no. So then what else? So that is the reason you have a tool called tar. Okay, this is also one of the command utility. Tar is the command or utility to take the multiple files as a backup file. Okay, so here we have two things, right? File and directory. Correct. So let me open MS Paint. It will be easy to understand. Where is Sadia? Seems she not joined. So each and every day I will teach the new topics. If you are not joining means you cannot understand the flow. Okay. So each and every topic is very important. All are if you face the interview, right? If you attend the interview, then you will come to know, oh, this class I missed. Okay. So this class I am not practiced. 99% whatever we are discussing here, those things only your interview questions. Okay. 99%. Fine. So initially I told that I have segregated basic commands file and directory. Okay, so file and directory. So generally we copied the file with the help of the cp command. Okay, so syntax is cp your source file, then your destination. This is the cp general syntax. How to copy directory? This is the interview question. I want to copy a entire directory, okay, to somewhere else in the same system. Then, so here you have a command is same cp. Explicitly you have to use -r command. Okay, then your source directory, then your this one destination. So command copying, what it will do? It will replica your things. Okay, so so replica in the sense same properties as it is whatever here having, right, same properties will come into the second file. So here size is the matter. Okay, because we know already if you want to store the data file system we created. Okay, so if you go and execute this command df-h, it will display the respective file system size. Okay, let's assume this is having 2 GB size, the file whatever you are copying, you are going to copy, let's assume 2 GB. The replica also definitely having, should we have 2 GB only, that is what's replica, right? So here then definitely your file system size will be matter here. Okay, so backup file, let me modify the file here. Then again if you take the backup, okay, so after editing it maybe got the 2.5 GB size. Then again you have a request to edit the something in the file, again you have to take the backup, then again second backup file should be 2.5 GB. The total, this main file 2 plus 2.5 4.5, then replica also 4.5, total GB 9 GB used. So unnecessarily we are adding the data in the replicas, right? So size will be effect, right? So here nothing to use. Restoration is very rare case. Okay, so restoration maybe after 10 days, after 1 month, maybe after 90 days. We cannot predict that, but still you should maintain the data. So here instead of maintaining the full size, right? Okay, the file whatever you have the replicas, right? Original file, that's let it be. You cannot reduce the size because this is users are accessing this data. Okay, the original file you cannot uh, you cannot touch this actually original file, let it be. But on the replicas, right, on the backup files, right, then you can do the compression. Okay, compression in the sense it will reduce the size, that's it, reduce the file size or directory size. That is this is the reason we are using the tar utility. Okay, so practically I will show you. So finally conclusion is how to take up the backup. So with help of the tar command along with the, so taking backup as well as it will reduce the size also. So moreover size will be reduced with help of the tar command. So tar is the command, it is taking the backup, okay, taking the backup, also it will compress the data. Compress the data. It means the replicated file should be less. Reduce the file size. Okay. So this is the tar. So here we have two things, right? File and directory. Correct. So tar actually it cannot work on the file. Okay. So tar means only on the directory. Tar is only on the directory. Then what about the file means? File, okay, so this is the tar on top of your directory. Then what about the file means? File will be zip, gzip. These are the utilities. Remember guys, this is also very important question. Intentionally they will ask. So we have two things, right? File and directory. So what are the things you have to use means? File means you can use this one. You can use zip or gzip. This is the gzip means this is the enhanced version. Okay. So initially people are using the zip. Now gzip is there. And directory means you should use the tar command. That's it. Okay. So first we will apply on the tar files. Then we will see on the directories. Okay. Fine. Clear? So let me connect to my machine. My machine is in shutdown state, so I am starting it. Allow me some time. This is very regular activity. Okay. So someone will ask you to get the file from the server. So we know already how to copy a file from server to our laptops in SCP. Then you have to send it to your team, your colleague or someone else, right? So whoever requested. Then how will you send mails? Over email. So email, there is a limitation in the email. Only 10 MB file only it will allow. Maximum size 10 MB. If your file having more than 10 MB means you cannot send your file. Then you have to compress the file. Okay. So in the Windows, how we are doing the compressor? Same way here. Zip, zipping the file, then sending. Okay. Fine. So let me check the file system. So yeah, we will take same Java. Okay. I think there is one more file system. I think Oracle file system also there. Let me mount it again. Yeah, fine. So let me go inside the file system. Yeah, here are the files, right? Fine. Let me delete these two, and this also let me delete. Fine. How much size reduced? Yeah, almost earlier 26, now almost size reduced. Fine. So here, this is the directory. Inside this directory, there are subdirectories also. Fine. Okay, let it be. First, we will work on the files. Fine. So currently, utilization is 257 MB is used. Okay. Let me create one file, SKTech.txt. Then you can add the data. Okay. So I am copying from my Windows machine. Let me take the same our notes. So for whatever we wrote, right? 1177 lines, 1195 lines. Same thing I am copying. So multiple times I am copying, guys. How to paste the thing in your terminal? How I am pasting my data, guys? Hmm? Hmm. Here how I am pasting? Exactly. Okay. So control V, many people will do the control V. Control V means that is the Windows. Currently we are in Linux, right? So on terminal, your Windows keys won't work. So right click I am doing. Okay. So I want to show you with a big size file. That is the reason multiple times I am copying the data. Fine. Let me save. Okay. So let me save and quit. Fine. Now let me check the file size. So here you can use the LH. Okay. Yeah. 855 KB. Okay. So let me copy few more. Okay. Fine. Okay. So now 1.1 MB my file size. Okay. Now 1.1 MB, if I am copying the file, okay, SKTech like BKP1 I will give, backup 1 it means. The same these two files, okay. So whatever the source file, this is the source file. Whatever the source file having size, the same, correct? Then you can go and modify the file. Then again another request came. Again you have to take the backup. Then you can give backup 2. Okay. Then again backup 3. After few days again backup 4. Likewise, you are taking these backup files. Okay. So see here, these all are very rarely we are using, right? Restoring is very rare case. But still you have to maintain this data. See, 1 MB, 1 MB, 1 MB, total 5 MB is here. Okay. So 1 MB, 1.1 MB, this 1.1 MB, see, 4 times repeated, right? This 4 MB is definitely will impact on your file system size. Okay. 257 MB right here used, now 262, see, this will impact. That is the reason to maintaining the backup file as it is, we are compressing. Okay. So how to compress means file. If you want to compress the file, okay, if you want to compress the file, then you have to use a zip command or gzip command, these two. Okay. So these are the utilities you should use. Okay. If it is a file means, now I will show you. So what, first let me take the original file. I will make a copy it. Okay, with the help of the zip command. So syntax is very simple. Zip command syntax is, command is zip. Okay, so syntax is zip under your file name. That's it. Syntax is zip under your source file. That's it. Only give this, then automatically your system will create with the same name. Extension is, okay, it will create a zip file extension should be dot zip, I think. Okay, zip, we will see extension. Fine. So I am going to make the zip on this file. Okay, observe. So currently this is the size, right? This is the size 1.1 MB. I am going to compress it. Zip just file name. That's it. Enter. Yeah, very good. Command not found. Then you should go and install the package, zip package. That's it. So yum list zip. See, zip is under available list. It's not installed. Okay, so it's not installed. You can go and install it. Yum install zip hyphen y. Okay, that's it. So along with your zip, unzip also, this is another dependency. Unzip package also installed. Both are installed. Okay, this is for the restoration. That's it. Okay, fine. Now let me try the same command, zip file name. Okay, before that let me show you the size. Okay, so 1 MB, right? So now let me make the zip under SKTech. What is showing? The file structure invalid. Okay, zip is a file. Did you? Okay, okay, one second. Something showing error. Zip is the command, then file name. That's it only. Warning. Okay, invalid. Zip error. Let me check the files. Okay, it's not added. If you are trying to read a damaged archive file, okay, try fnf. So let me check the man and zip commands. So we will see the options. So package and compress archiving. Okay, so this is the thing. Then options, nothing options actually. Zip and file name only. Okay, the syntax of the file is zip and file name. Here failing, we will see error. Okay, we might be giving file names also maybe, but no need. Let me try to give the file name. We will see. Zip. So I want to take this file, then SKTech. Something fishy, guys. Let me Google it. Okay, how to do the zip. Someone given zip archive file name and zip file name. Okay, very long time back I am using these commands. That's the reason I forgot it. Yeah. So syntax is zip, then I want to make this file as a .gzip, then this is the original file. Yes, now it is making the, it is made the zip file. See here. Okay, so my bad, this is the syntax. Let me write the syntax. So zip, normally I think gzip will come, gzip it will take automatically the without giving the name, it will create the zip file. Maybe zip, I am not sure. So syntax is here zip. So the target file, okay, you are going to make the compression file, right? Like your zip file, you must give the suffix as a zip, okay. The extension you have to mention, then your source file. So here what I have given, zip SKTech file I want to make as a zip file. Then on which file on top of which file I want to make the zip means this is the, this is the original file. Okay. See here. If you observe ls-lh, this is my original file. Correct. This is my original file. And let me list out zip file also. Okay. Now see the difference. So what is my size of the original file? What is the size of the original file? Am I audible or not? Guys, am I audible? What is what I asked? Uh, First listen my question. What was my question? What is the size of the original question, original file source? That should be the answer. Okay. So then, based on the question, first listen the question properly. Even many people making the mistakes in the interviews as well. Okay. So interviewer what he will expect? A relevant answer he will expect. Of course, you are giving the correct answer only, but sometimes he will be feel very bad. Okay. So that's the reason. First listen the question, then accordingly answer. So my question was, what is the original size of the, what is the size of the original file? So 1.1 MB. Now zip file. So this is the zip file, right? This is my backed up. The same file I backed up as a zip file. So if you observe, this is the size. See, only 17K, almost 90% size reduced. Okay. So this is the way we are maintaining all the files. Okay, in the backup. So now 90% size is reduced. See, 1.1 MB means almost 1100 KBs. Out of 1100 KBs, even not 90%, it's a 99%. Okay, so like this, people are compressing the files and maintaining the zip files, maintaining as the zip files. These are the backed up files. Now, how to restore means very simple. Unzip. Okay, unzip and zip file name. So this will become, so it will remove the extension. That's it. Okay, so observe. Okay, so replace SKTech yes. Okay, so type Y and hit enter. So it is going to replace this file. Okay, so the zip file is restoring to this file. That's it. Done. Okay, so this file is restored with this one. That's it. Fine. So this is the way zipping the files. Okay, so let me try to gzip, gzip, then skTech.txt. Yeah, see, ggzip is the, initially I told right, ggzip and file name is the, it will, that is the syntax actually, but zip is the different syntax. See, now this is the ggzip file. Okay, extension also gz. Fine. So you can use ggzip command, guys. So compared to here, somewhat reduced. Okay, that is the reason. This is the enhancement. Okay, so gzip is the command to compress your files. Syntax is only gzip and file name. That's it. Okay, so extension is this one gz. Remember, the extension is also very important. This is the zip command. Okay, so gzip is the command. It is having gz. Okay, so gz is the extension. Okay, so syntax is gzip. Okay, so gzip and your file name. That's it. Whatever you are going to make the compression, right? That simply give the file name. That's it. That will make the compression on this file. That's it. Okay, so extension is .gz. It will create a new file with the name of the same filer, but extension is .gz. That's it. Okay, now the same thing we will work on the directory. Okay, so directory means you can use the tar command. Fine. So now we will apply this on directories. So directories, how to copy a directory? So here this is the directory, right? Now I want to copy this directory. Okay, so nexus backup. See, it's throwing error. It's omitting. Okay, this is the directory. That's why you cannot. So what is the option you should use? -R. -R is the option you should use with your cp command. Then it will copy the directory. Okay, see, it is copying from here to here. See, now we have backed up of this directory. So if you go and check the size, see, double size. Earlier 26 something was there, right? 26 was there. Now almost. Now if I take again a backup 2, if I take again backup 2, then size will be increased. See, 86%. If I take again means backup 3 means you don't have space. See, no space. 100% utilized. So that is the reason. See, 100% utilized. That is the reason you can, let me remove these 3. I am removing all backup files, see, with the star option. Okay, this is the directory, right? You can use -RF. Now I came to my original size. Okay, now I will use tar command to take backup of this folder. Okay, so same syntax, how we used the zip syntax, right? Same syntax. Okay, so tar command is tar -cvf. Okay, tar file name. It means the the target file name, that should be extension with .tar. How we given the .zip right here, the same word tar file and .tar, then your source file, source directory. You just go and practice, then you will come to know. Okay, so here tar -cvf. Okay, then I will give like a nexus nexus backup dot tar. Then nexus. My file folder name is nexus. That's why I'm giving this. Okay. So go and execute tar hyphen cvf. Okay. So nexus hyphen backup one dot tar. You must give dot tar. Okay. Then nexus. Enter. See, it is compressing all the directory, whatever the content of the directory, right? It will compress all these things. Now you can go and check. See, it is created a tar file with this source nexus. Okay. Now you can go and check the size. See, because here nothing to compress actually, so almost 57 percent is showing. But this is the tar. Okay, it is compressed the entire your folder. Fine. Now this is lot of size, right? Still lot of size only occupied. Again, you can go. This is the file now. This is not the directory. Okay, if you observe here, see, hyphen means file, right? So now this is the file. Now you can apply files means what is the utility we are applying? File means zip or ggzip you are applying, right? So now you can apply the ggzip on your tar file. Okay, so ggzip then nexus hyphen backup tar file. That's it. Enter. Okay, so now we will see. It is compressing big lot of size, right? That's why taking much time. Let it be. Okay, now we can go and check. See, it is created. See, now this is the compressed file. Okay, now we will see size. Almost we will see. See, somewhat reduced 57% to 54 percentage. Somewhat we are reduced the size. That's it. So this is the way we are taking the backup, guys. If it is a directory means we have to use the tar command. If it is a file means you have to use the zip file. Okay, or ggzip command. That's it. Okay, go and practice. Then you can understand. Now sometimes whenever you are downloading files, right? So if you downloading something from the outside, you have to use the wget command. Correct? Yes. Mm, okay. No, no, it won't create like that. So let me show you. So I am going to download the Nexus again. Okay. So where is this Windows Unix archive? Yeah. See, if you observe here, this is the downloaded file. Okay. If you observe, they also added the tar and the gz also because this is less size. Let me copy the link. Then let me download this. Wget link. That's it. Okay. Download it. So what is the size of my zip file? 220 MB. Okay. Now I have to extract this. Okay. Then only I will get the original files, right? Original files. So this is the zip file. How to extract means, if you observe carefully here, gz extension also there, tar extension also there. Okay, so this is the original folder. This is having the tar extension, then the tar file having the gz extension. Okay, so now you have to go with the reverse. First you have to unzip this entire file, then you can untar the tar file. Okay, so how to unzip means this is the gz, right? So you have to use the g unzip. That's it. Okay, so normally people calling as a gunzip. Gunzip and file name. That's it. Hit enter. Fine. That's it. See, now gz gone. See, earlier it was gz is here, right? Now gz gone because I applied the gunzip. Now this is the tar file. Now I want to extract this tar file. Okay, how to compress the tar file means this is the command. How to compress the tar file. Okay, so this is the compression. Now extract. Okay, extract the directory. How to extract means, so you can use the same tar command only. Okay, so tar command hyphen xvf. This is the then your tar file. That's it. Obviously tar file having the tar extension. So this is the command tar hyphen xvf extracting. Okay, xvf tar hyphen xvf, then my tar file name. That's it. Observe. Observe the screen. Now this command will go and extract this zip file, the tar file. Sorry. Okay, see it is extracting. Now you can go and check. See, the moment you extracted, right? So it extracted with two files actually, two folders. That's it. By default, Nexus will extract with two folders. Okay, see same name, same file name, right? So here, that's it. So this is the way. Okay. So how to extract a file? This is the first. First the file having this one, right? The file having a .gz. So what we have done? Let me write in MS Paint. So the moment I downloaded the file having Nexus hyphen some number 3.7.7 something, then tar, then gz. This is the downloaded file. Okay. What I have done? I have applied the gzip. Sorry, g unzip. Okay. So I have applied the g unzip on this. Okay. G unzip, then the file become as a nexus 3.7.1 something, then .tar. This gone. Okay, now again what I have done, then again I have antar applied, antar. Now this antar file become a directory with the nexus 3.7.1. That's it. This is the folder. Now this become a directory. This is the way to extract the files, extract the tar files. Okay, extract the tar files. That's it. Interview question. So here two commands we used, right? First command ggzip, second command this one. I don't want to go with the two commands. Okay, how will you extract the tar file with a single command which is having tar gz? This is interesting. Okay, I don't want to go with the two commands, gunzip and antar. I mean tar hyphen xvf. Okay, command is tar hyphen xvf. This is the command, right? So I don't want to go with the two commands. So I want to go with single command means. So here tar hyphen zxvf. That's it. Then that tar file. This is the what people are expecting. Okay, let me show you this also. Okay, so let me delete all. Okay, let me download it again. Fine. Okay, so now this is the file which is having this one tar and gz both. So this time I am not going to extract this with the two commands. Single command I am going to extract hyphen zxvf. That's it. Then your file name. So see here. See, it is extracted. Done. Now you can see. See, it extracted to the folders. That's it. Okay, clear. You can go and practice. You can not only you can take this nexus, you can take it anything, but that should be almost many files in the internet, right? They will compress the file and place it, because downloading also quickly it will download because the less size. Okay, so that is the difference, guys. Fine. Now we will see another topic called link files. So there is another type actually. This is the file type. Even interviews also they will ask. So normally the files, folders, see, if it is start with a hyphen means this is the file. If it is D means it is the directory. Okay. Sometimes you will see L here. L in the sense that is the link file. Okay. So that is a link file. What I will do, let me take, let me create a directory. Okay. So world. Okay. So world, I will go inside the world. Then I will create one more subdirectory, country. Okay, I will go inside the country. Then I will create one more directory inside this country. I mean subdirectory like a state. Okay, then again state. Then again I will create this. Okay, so district I will create. Then again inside the district I will create like mandal. Okay, fine. So currently let me go inside the mandal. Then let me check the this one. So currently I am inside here. Okay, inside the mandal folder. Okay, now if I want to switch to here means simply can go cd and the path, that's it, which will take to my destination. See, now I am here. This is the files and folders, right? I will remove, I will remove this one, zipped one I will remove. Okay, I will remove this sonar also. Fine, now only I have this one. Okay, only I have this file, this folder. I will move this folder to inside the mandal. Okay, so mb nexus. Okay, where I will move inside, inside. Here I will move this folder. Done. Now only I have the here world only. Fine. Try to understand. Let me show you in MS Paint. I have a path called slash oracle slash world. In real time also there will be a many subdirectories. Okay. So country, then after country state, then district, then mandal, then nexus. Okay, let me rename this as a nexus. So nexus some version is there, right? I will rename this. How to rename? You can use this one also, same. Okay, access to same in the same directory I'm renaming, guys. Okay, that's it. Run. Now currently I am here. Now I want to go inside this means how many times I have to go here? CD, then CD, then CD, then CD, then CD. Finally, I am here. This is here are the my folder. See, if you have 50 subdirectory means 50 times you have to execute this command. It won't make any sense, right? That is the reason from this path, okay. So from this path I have this file, right? File or directory, anything. So this one I am making a shortcut into the slash oracle folder. That's it. That is known as the linked file. Even in Windows also. So this PC or SK Chrome is showing, or many other apps also showing, right? Normally, my Windows icons are in my first screen actually. That's the reason you are not able to see. Let me open. Let me drag here. See, this is okay. Notepad plus plus, Google Chrome, okay, and recycle bin. So these all are in SCP. These all are the icons which are lying on my desktop. So the moment I am simply click on this notepad, right? Okay. So it will open the notepad and directly you can go on to use this. This is the shortcut. But where my notepad is installed, where my notepad is available means you can go to this PC, my computer, okay, then C drive, then program files, then notepad plus plus, then here is the your execution file. Here is the your execution. So each and every time I need to go inside C drive, inside program, everything, blah blah blah. Simply, if I make a shortcut into desktop, I no need to go inside, right? Simply on desktop itself, I will just do the double click means the application will open. That's it. The same way as it is here also. I don't want to go inside these many directories. Okay, so this many directs I don't want to go inside. Simply I will make a link file, okay, to this directory. Then I will simply access this file. Okay, so let me go to the Oracle. So I am simply creating the link file. Okay, so I will give a name as a shortcut. This is the link file shortcut. This is the, let me write the syntax first. So link file, how to make the link file means there are two types of links. Okay, so there are two types of link. Remember, two types: soft link, hard link. We'll see differences also. Okay, first you can go with the link. This one. So soft link is how to create means ln hyphen s. Okay, so your source file, then link file name. You can give link file name anything. Okay, this is the command. So I will do what I will do, hyphen s. I want to create the nexus, right? I want to create a link file for the nexus, right? We have to give exact path where it is available under Oracle, under world, under country, under state, okay, under district, then under mandal, then nexus. Here is the my original file. This one simply I will make a link file under the Oracle shortcut. That's it. Okay, now we will observe. Let me go and execute this. Okay, so original file is slash, you have to give exact path, guys. Okay, exact path. Then where I want to create under Oracle, I want to create shortcut. I am giving a link file as a shortcut. Hit enter. That's it. Now you are under Oracle, right? Now if you display the list files, see, now if you observe the first character showing as a L, it means this is a link file. What is the link file name? Shortcut. I given as a shortcut. So this link file routing, see here routing sign also showing. It is routing to under Oracle world country state. This is the mandal. Inside here there is a directory called Nexus. That is what it is routing. Now simply instead of executing these many commands, simply I will do cd. Okay. So currently I am here. Currently I am under Oracle. I am simply cd and shortcut. Now observe. Now here I am moved into the link file directory, right? Now if you do here, see my Nexus is available. That's it. I no need to go inside blah 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 these many subdirectories. Simply you can go to the link file, inside the link file with cd command, then your file will be. That's it. Pretty simple. Just shortcuts how we are using in the Windows, right? Same concept only. Okay. Then what is hard link? You can find out, guys. That is your task. Okay. So soft link means here explicitly we have to mention -s. Okay. Then hard link, what does it mean? Hard link means you can find out. Fine. So link files are very, very important and playing crucial roles. Okay. Recently I did a activity here. I did a activity on the link files. Okay. So I created a automation actually, so that we will see when we will be discussing Ansible. Okay. So link file means, see, observe, this is not a normal file. This is a link file. Okay. The link file. So routing to here, this is the target. Okay. Then inside simply just to go inside the this one, then you will get this one. That's it. Okay. So that's it, guys. That's it for today. How many people available tomorrow?